Starting to the bottom right of the map, we have our Protoss player. In red, it is actually the LJM player called
LGIM Person.
First, trying it on map number 1 with a Blink Stalker build. GuMiho was ready, took the game. He's starting to the top left for Team FXO. It's the Towel Terran. It is.
Yep, GuMiho.
That Street Fighter voice was trying to add some expletives to GuMiho's intro. That's how awesome he thinks he is. Well, first, man, he's in a lot of trouble here.
What is up with those gems, by the way? Just floating in the air.
I don't know about those. They're like mini pylons or something.
Yeah, a mixture between a mineral patch and a mini pylon, and it just floats in the air. I find that a bit awkward.
Maybe it's like rock candy.
Rock candy? You think you can eat that?
Big rock candy. You just take it, you break it into pieces and sell it at the market.
You know, there are also a few of those basins that you can get in the middle of the map. If I was an SCV, I would be yeah, it's a little bit like one of those Damocles swords.
Yeah.
You work, and at the same time, there's just this rock on top of your head, and you're like, man, if that crashes down, I'm done. Think about it. That is like working conditions that I would not want to work in.
That's really scary. I mean, you just add some Marines to take it out, please. Just please shoot it down.
Yeah.
There's, of course, the fast Nexus before Core. We've seen this already today, and it's the second time now to see it from first, of course. And GuMiho going gas very quickly behind his 1 Raxus man. Not going to be going to the 3 barracks pressure like we saw Keen do on this map.
Yeah, Keen on this map really played a very aggressive style, but GuMiho, on the other hand, is able... Ooh, nuts.
That was actually really nice. You got to see that command center play.
Yeah, he's not able to take that first scout down. And GuMiho is ahead in this series as expected, but First did not play bad. You know, I actually liked how First engaged in the last game, how he tried to make this work. He knew already that he was far behind, but then he was like, okay, what can I actually do to win this game? And he always tried to force the stim and then fall back to fight another day, to just fight at some point when the army of GuMiho is so low on HP that he can maybe win the battle. But GuMiho was just a little bit too smart and experienced for it. But First tried, and he showed that he can do it. So GuMiho has to be careful. If he makes a few mistakes, I feel that First can take game 2.
Yeah, it's very true. I think he's going to have to play really safely against First, who's shown in this best of 3 that he is the aggressor. In past Protoss versus Terrans, he's actually shown to be the late game player, the scary Storm guy where he's got such a good ratio of Colossi and High Templar. We have a worker battle here. The SCV thinks it's not really fair that the probe can regenerate, and they both actually decide to give up their positions, and nobody holds the watchtower.
I think that's a good compromise.
Yeah. But in the end, they decide to actually shift where each player will take one side of the watchtower. Marine took the one on the right side, but he saw the Stalker coming. You know, he learned from that Marine that we saw last time on this map. Bob told him, you know, you see that Stalker coming, you better get out. Don't think you can fight that Stalker. He's got shields.
That's Bob's legacy. I mean, he died a heroic death in the last battle. He actually came through for the team, took one for the team here, and was like, okay, well, guys, I don't have a family. I don't have kids, so I will sacrifice my life for you. And he was the reason why Keen won it in the first place. So right now, GuMiho is also capitalizing on the information and on the legacy that Bob actually left behind.
Yeah.
That's important.
That's the real vestige here, man.
Yeah.
Now,
finally, we know why that map is called.
Exactly. It should be called Bob's Vestige, but
exactly.
It's on Belshir, so I guess
there's a B in there.
Yeah.
I think just someone probably misspelled it.
By the way, First is just going to do another all-in.
Yep.
6 gates, and that pylon. Oh, that was a. Did he actually see that? No, he didn't see it. Okay, I was going to say
close
because I thought maybe he realized, what if he warps on Zealots and I lose my Marines? But he didn't see it at all.
Oh wow, and he doesn't even see the warp in. I was just about to say, with the positioning of the Marine, he will see the warp in, but no, he won't, because the Stalker chases it back.
Yeah, this is really scary, actually. First, trying to decide exactly what type of units he wants to warp in. The Hellions, of course, are going to be a problem for him because he has no defense at home at all.
He will have to warp in a few units, but the thing is that I feel he will be in cooldown if you just look at how it works. Yeah. The Hellions are now approaching.
Yeah, now he's in cooldown. The Hellions, though, a little bit weird with their pathing, are going to come through. The Stalker baits the units in, and here he comes. GuMiho only has one bunker. The Hellions are going to be somewhat of a problem, but he can't really micro on both fronts. Here we go. The attack is on at the natural. The force shields cover that bunker so heavily the Zealots can't even attack it.
The SCVs are trying to attack and trying to go forward, and there's GuMiho with a lot of firepower. A warp in at the bottom right takes down those 2 Hellions. 4 workers killed. That's all that he could do. But the same is true for First. GuMiho is chasing him down.
Yep, and I think First may not be able to make this work considering that there's so much damage output. Even with the Hellions here doing splash damage to Stalkers and Zealots alike, it looks like this is going to be it. GuMiho's going to hold it. He's going to take out the last of these Stalkers with really good micro. His stim is almost done. That was the story of last game, and I think it will be this game as well.
GuMiho takes his towel and cleans the house.
Yeah, he is wiping it down.
The Hellions.
Hellions are coming in for the second pass. There's no answer. First is actually going to find himself trapped between a Hellion and a hard place.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. He retreats with those probes.
Yeah, he realized the potential is there. He didn't even see those Hellions.
Ignoring the Zealots, now taking them down. First of all, he finishes the 2 Stalkers off. Nice block here. GuMiho reacts in time.
You know what?
Perfect reaction time. And actually, First is doing a lot better now.
He lost a lot of SCVs during that engagement, and now he's actually adding 2 tech labs because he wants Marauders out. But I gotta say, man, in this situation, I think those Marines that you're losing building those tech labs makes this very scary to make a choice like that.
First played that really well. When he retreated with those probes, he made sure that the Hellions of GuMiho couldn't do any damage at all. They would have been devastating. So First is not by any means as far behind as I thought he would be. He doesn't have the tech, which is of course a big problem for him. This is just now getting the robotics, whereas his opponent is already far ahead with the tech, has now even Stim, the concussive shell, combat shield coming up. But to be honest, First is trying to hold on here. It's not going to be easy, but he's trying.
Exactly, and I think that even though he has the better economy, GuMiho is going to realize his timing here with Stim, combat shields on. He's got concussive shells, and even these Hellions to do extra damage. He has 9 of them. He thinks he's keen right now, but he's going to walk across the map, and he's got a massive lead in army supply. He knows he's got this timing. First does not have any tech to defend. He doesn't even have his robotics that just finished. He's not going to be able to hold this, I don't think. Oh, and he's moving out across the map to try to catch these Hellions. He's going to wish he hadn't when the Stim goes off. And there it is. He chases down the Stalkers, targeting them here. The Hellions add so much DPS to this army.
There are only gateway units. There are no sentries. There won't be force fields. The Zealots are gone. Light armored as they are, they don't stand a chance against the Hellions. And this is going to be it. Down to 60 supply. Desperately trying to hold on to this game is First. The LGIM Protoss is out of luck.
Yep, you're going to see that probe lead evaporate in about 2 seconds. Oh, before he can finish that sentence, they're already gone. And there goes the Immortal.
GuMiho is wiping him off the face of Belgian Vestige with this towel. GG. 2-0 for GuMiho.
You can just see his 9 tails behind him right now, just floating in the air.
He's back in Code S.
Yep, he goes right back in with no problems. He shuts down 2 all-ins like it was nothing.
First coming from Code B is still in Code A. He has to play in the up and downs. Has another shot out Code S, of course. But GuMiho, he was just too strong today.
GuMiho's now coming off of something like, I think 7 games in a row wins without a loss. Something crazy. He's just on fire.
Well, he has 8 straight wins in the GSL
finals.
GSL finals, exactly. Now the win here. But well, we are of course having a few more games for you. We are only halfway done, and the next game is going to be a Terran versus Zerg. We have 2 Casper players. We have Roro up against Fantasy. So that should be a pretty interesting game.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, one of the most interesting games today. And, well, we are jumping into another commercial break before we start with our third best of 3 of the day. So stay tuned, and then we are back here at Code A with Fantasy up against Roro.